arrived. Hello out there in radio and internet land. It is I, the Mystic, coming to you live once again from the Mystic's Realm Studios in beautiful Belmar, New Jersey, and of course broadcasting to you live to the fastest growing station in the Delaware Valley, folks. WNJC, 1360 AM, the only station. It is. I know there's others, but this is the one that counts, darn it. Okay, folks, welcome to the show. Again, it is the Mystic Hour, Tri-State Area, and the world's free call-in live psychic talk show. I am your host, the Mystic, professional psychic of 15 years, here to assist you in matters of love, life, health, success, and destiny. A couple really quick announcements. First off, I want to thank all of you for tuning me into your homes and businesses tonight. It's a little blustery, so I'm glad to see that everybody's home safe after a wonderful Thanksgiving. At least mine was. I do hope that you all can say the same. It was a wonderful time, a lot of great food and family, and it was just good. It was good. So, okay. First off, Dempsters, folks. Of course, it was Thanksgiving on Thursday last week, so I did not show up at Dempsters, but I can assure you, this coming Thursday, I will be there with bells on. Now, that's Dempster's Sports Bar and Restaurant in Mount Holly, New Jersey, right there on Pine Street. You guys, it's a wonderful place right there, Route 38, Pine Street, actually. Come on in, get something off the menu, anything off the menu, and you get a free psychic reading with me. That's how it goes. Compliments of Dempsters. It's a pretty good deal there. So, folks, we've got a lot going on, a lot happening. Again, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. So, a couple other quick announcements. The cruise, the Mystic Psychic Cruise Spectacular, folks, was scheduled for the beginning of December, but we are canceling that, folks. There's been a lot of problems with a lot of the, Mediterranean and Caribbean stuff going on politically down there, and it's just getting hairy. So we're going to go ahead and hold off on that, unfortunately, but we will, give it another go in the future and see how it goes, okay? Also, I just got the heebie-jeebies. Another cancellation was the Tower Tavern, folks. I was supposed to be coming there also this coming December. That is not going to happen, but I do promise you that I will find someplace relatively close to there, Westville, Deptford, Gloucester City, maybe. So all of you club owners out there, if you guys want me to come to your club, you guys are welcome to give me a call at 856-803-4463, and prices vary, but it's always a great time, and, it's good stuff. So you can also get through to me to my website as well, www.themysticsrealm.com. And my final announcement on another really interesting note is the Mystic Hour, folks, has reached the top of Google, which is pretty exciting. Are we losing people? Oh, no. Having a little problem here, folks. You still with me, Karen? Okay. Wow, we had a really strange buzz come through on my end. You heard it too. Very interesting. So, the last thing is, yes, the Mystic Hour is now at the top of Google, folks. You can type in the Mystic Hour, and it's only recently done so, as previously it was a 1933 mystery movie called The Mystic Hour, and that was the top of the Google, but now it is me. And I thank you. Okay, so that's pretty much all the announcements we have. You guys, again, are welcome to give us a call at 856-227-1360 and 856-232-7077. We do have a caller on the line, so let's go ahead and take that caller. Caller, you are live. Good evening.
Hi.
Hi. Your name?
Well, I'm April, but I'm going to hand you over to someone else.
I'm sorry?
I said I'm April, but I'm going to hand you over to someone else that wants a reading tonight.
Okay. Oh, April, hi!
Hey,
where are you guys calling from?
Indiana.
Oh, right, okay, I remember you now. Yeah, you've called the show before. So, you're passing me off to someone else?
Yep, this is her first one.
Oh, fantastic. So you brought a friend. Wonderful. Family's also good. That's what I'm sensing here. So, where's she at?
She's right here. I'm going to pass you over to her now.
Bring it on. Hi. Hello. Are you there?
Yes.
There you are. Hi, how are you?
Okay.
It's great to hear from you all the way from Indiana. Oh, what's your name, dear?
Valerie.
Valerie, hi, I'm the Mystic. Wow, so how can I help you this fine evening?
Well, first of all, I'm kind of skeptical.
Okay. About what?
Everything.
Well, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You are going to have to speak up for me a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Fantastic.
I have trust issues because of the things that I've been through.
Well, that's understandable. When it comes to dealing with people, it's always best not to, trust them completely until they've earned it.
Right.
I've always been a philosopher as well, a firm believer in that philosophy, rather. It's truth and it's sound and it's important. You've got to earn trust. Trust is something you can just throw about like a frisbee.
Precious commodity.
So, are you skeptic about psychic ability and things of that nature? Are you as well, or are you a Christian, or
Yeah,
are you skeptical about God or yourself, or what are we talking? Why? What do you want from me, woman?
I'm a Christian.
I'm sorry?
I'm Christian.
Okay. Well, then you're not that skeptical. Then you're obviously open-minded enough to believe in God, and that's a wonderful thing. Taken from a minister of 10 years now, 11 years almost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. This is my whole life. I don't have a day job or life or anything. This is it.
Okay. My daughter says for you to give me a reading.
Okay, it would be my most humble pleasure to do so. And Valerie, since you are such a skeptic, why don't you just kind of kick back, relax. We're going to focus on your life and just kind of say no more, and we'll just kind of go from there and give you a general reading. And after we're done, we can go ahead and, take a couple questions if you'd like, okay?
All right.
All right. So just relax. Now focus on your life a little bit for me, your past, your present, your future, different things you got going on, different things you hope to achieve for me, okay? And we'll just kind of go from there. Now, one of the first things that I'm seeing here, and this is actually dealing with your present situation, is what you're trying to do right now, my dear Valerie, is you are trying to become Valerie the mentor. You are trying to, work really hard at showing somebody the ropes here. And a lot of your surrounding issues, because, of your religious background and everything else, you have the patience of a saint. But I think recently, a lot of that patience kind of went out the window a bit. And honestly, I think it was for the right reasons, because you need to get your point across. And sometimes the tongue is not as powerful as the sword,
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where you're at now. Now, one of the things here, as far as, your goals are concerned, is, yes, it's all for the good of all, and that's a beautiful thing. But, right now, and this is the God's honest truth, Val, you need to take a lot of that energy that you're using to, be rid of everyone else and to try to straighten everybody else out. You need to focus a lot more of that energy on yourself. And a lot of that energy you're spewing out there, you're doing it voluntarily, so you can stop. You understand? This is really important for you. You have to, it's great to look out for everybody else, but God wants us to look out for ourselves too. This is why he says, if you don't, I'm not going to help you. Right?
Right.
God won't help those who won't help themselves. Not everybody else on the planet, dear. Themselves. So this is something that you have to really focus on. But you have to focus on the ability to say no. And I think it took a real strong response from you recently to finally, do that. And it shouldn't have taken this long. Okay? So that's what I see for you there. Now, in the very recent past, some of the things that's been going on there, again, you've been playing this whole game a little bit too soft up until recently. But now I think you're going to start getting yourself into a little bit more of a comfort zone. It's just a shame that you had to go to that extreme to, make your point. I do think it's going to get better for you now. A lot of this time that you need to spend now, though, should be for yourself, towards yourself, to make yourself better, to make yourself happy, to make yourself stronger again. Because, all the sacrificing you did for some of these people got you worse off than you were before. Right?
Yeah.
So it's time for a change. And I think you're starting to make that change now. And God bless you for that. That's important. That's something you needed to do long ago. But, hey, you know what? It doesn't matter how long it took you to get here as long as you're here now, right?
Right. Yeah, I've learned to put no in my vocabulary.
Right. So this is some good stuff for you. Now, I got to tell you, as far as your home, as far as your environment, there needs to be a change there too, pal.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay. You got to make that happen yourself. It's time for you to replenish what you have and move forward with it. It's important. Okay? So, this is a mutation from what you've had all your life. You understand? It's a total change from who you truly are. It's time to go back to basics here. You'll be so glad you did. It'll make your life so much simpler.
Yeah, I know that. Because,
okay. Well, you got to make that happen, though.
Yeah. Well, depression.
Yeah, but see, that, again, this is something, the depression is something you're bringing on yourself, though. You're allowing yourself to go on that path. You're choosing a more bummed out, depressing path than God is providing for you, I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah.
You're choosing this road of pain. You're choosing this road of sadness, and that's not going to work.
No, I didn't choose it. It just happened.
Now, I'm not talking about the circumstances surrounding it. I'm talking about the way you chose to accept it. It's not good. And this is the way you're choosing to accept it. You can choose a different path here. All you're choosing is the sadness and the pain. You're not choosing anything else. This isn't helping. And this is something you can fix. This is all coming back to, what we were saying in the beginning. It's time to look out for you a little bit more. Now's the time to do that.
Oh, yeah. I do need to take better care of me.
You do. And there's no reason why you shouldn't. Absolutely none.
Because I'm the hub around here that takes care of everything. If I don't take care of me, and...
How are you going to take care of them?
Yeah.
Right? So
right.
It's time now, Dawn. And really, when you do this, you're going to make your life so much simpler. Remember I told you this.
Right.
They're going to be like a new breath. Just to take one would be nice.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, though. Outside of some of this, more emotional paths that you're dealing with here, I mean, you've been navigating and progressing through this whole mess pretty well. So, you've had some help here, dear.
That's true. I've had people tell me that I'm a really strong woman that...
very progressive. You push yourself a lot, and that's great. But now it's time to push yourself, on a different path. You know what I mean? You got to push yourself forward now, and instead of pushing everything else around you to keep it all going, it's time for you to do that now. It's time for you to go. And God bless you for doing it. It's time for you, honey. You'll be so glad you did. You really will. But
yeah,
you can't, you can't let these other people drag you back into their bowl.
Yes, that's true. And they will.
They will try.
Yeah.
Because what they want is they'll see your happiness and they'll want a piece of it. Right?
Sometimes
right? You understand?
sometimes I feel like they're trying to consume me.
See? And that's no good. And you know what? They are. I'll tell you that right now, pal. They are trying to consume you. And you're not alone. It happens with every one of us, especially those of us with larger families. This is the way of things, okay? But it's whether or not you allow that to happen. You know, just as when a baby is growing up, you know, you have to decide right then and there whether you're allowing them to have this particular toy or, you know, be allowed on the stairs or, you know what I mean? You have to decide right then and there whether that's going to happen. And, you know, it's some stuff there that you have to, you know, make yourself, you know, the decisions yourself. If they want something, you don't want them to have it, you know, you have to take it away from them, and they may kick, they may scream, they may try to consume you with their emotions. Right?
Right.
But it's still a question of who's stronger here.
Yeah.
But only by choice.
Mm-hmm.
It's by choice. You could totally choose to cave, right?
Mm-hmm.
So remember this. This is a choice. You know, sure, people try to consume you. They all try to consume us. Negativity tries to consume us every single day. It's what it does. That's its job. Its only function is to try to consume us, to try to, you know, break us, to try to bring us on that level. And provided we don't go there, well, the rewards are great.
Yeah, I have a very small family, and I'm the center, and everybody pulls on me at the same time.
Right. Well, you know, this is something that, you know, again, it's still by choice. You know, like you're allowing this to happen. You're allowing it to get to you. You're allowing yourself to even consider caving. You know, that's a choice. That's not set of circumstances that's making you feel that way. That's a choice. So you got to choose a different way to feel. You know, you got to be the stronger. Just like I said. You know, it's important. It's very important. Okay.
I've got a question for you.
I have an answer for you, Miss Skeptical. Go ahead.
Okay. Tell me about my mother.
Stand by. And I need you to focus on your mother just a little bit for me, okay?
Okay.
And we shall see what we shall see. Now, you also have to understand that this is a, you know, bit of a general reading, all the way from Illinois, but I'll try to be as specific as I can with her, okay?
Okay.
Stand by. Focus, please. Okay. Well, I gotta tell you, the first thing right off the bat is this woman started out in a great deal of happiness, but has much more of it now. That I can tell you first off. Okay? But growing up, it seemed like she liked to play the know-it-all game, like really bad, and she actually learned a lot from it. She actually grew a lot from it. But it didn't really fill her full of, you know, the knowledge that she was really, really craving here, which I actually sense was, in a sense, a spiritual knowledge, which is very, very interesting. But her look was actually a lot more open than yours. Like, you know, I told you in the beginning, you know, you're at least open enough to, you know, recognize that, you know, we do have a higher power. But your mother was even more so. She was more open to anything, any possibility, you know, and that made her whole. Just knowing that there's a possibility gave her a totality, a feeling of grace. And that's, you know, makes a person feel very, very, very powerful, whether they were powerful or not, you understand? But this one, I think, was, because I do feel like, you know, she had that, how can I put this, that queen-type grace, I guess would be a good way to put it. So that's what I'm picking up from her. Now, is there anything that you wanted to know specifically, or?
Yeah.
Like what, Val? What can I answer for you? Very quickly, though.
What about her presence around me.
Well, see, now that's a totally different ballgame. Okay? There's a lot of things that go on with that. First off, wow, this is going to get really deep really, really quickly. We're going to see if we can't pull this off. Okay. You have to understand that what happens is you go to wherever you're supposed to go according to your own merits. If you truly believe that you're going to go through those pearly gates, you're going to. If you truly believe, like the Native American Indians believe that, they would go to the happy hunting grounds. Well, guess what? When they pass, that's exactly where they go. Even the Vikings, as crazy and bizarre as their heaven was, they believed in this, that when you died, you'd go to this great battlefield and duke it out for eternity as often as you wanted and be ready to fight again the next morning. That was their vision of heaven. But guess what? That's exactly where they went. So, your mother had a very strong belief system as well.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Now, a couple other things to keep in mind, all right? On top of that, you are very, you have a lot of love. You have a lot of attachment with your mother. You two are tight. But in this sense, of course you want to pick up as much as you can. So you're kind of leaving a door open here, which could actually in turn be dangerous. Because, just like when people use those Ouija boards and have the seances and everything like that, and they, try to reach for that other side, they do end up, opening cracks, opening doors, portals, whatever you want to call it. And it happens. And I'm telling you, and folks, this is the God's honest truth. Remember I told you this, folks. You'll only hear it here on the Mystic Hour. But there has never, ever, ever, ever been an entity that comes through in that manner that was any good. Never. Regardless of what it tells you, regardless of what it says, regardless of how much it knows about you, it's lying. Remember this, okay? And when you open doors like that, they're really hard to close unless you know what you're doing. A couple words and a wave of your hand is not going to cut it. So, this is something else that you got to have to kind of be careful of. Okay? Now, lastly, the thing you have to remember is, during portals like that, of course negativity wants to come through because it's much, much easier to influence you that way. But in reality, angels and demons, where their location is, whether heaven or hell or whatever you want to call it, they have the ability to influence you from there. They don't have to come down here and do it. So, yeah, there is a chance, that you may smell, your mother's perfume or just have a touch or a feel of her or whatever. And, that could be, straight up just strong love for your mother. But it could also be her influence upon you for whatever reason. It could be that. Okay? So there's a lot of possibilities when it comes to things like that. And really the only way to know is to, go deeper. But that could be dangerous. So you kind of don't want to do that either. Just leave it alone. Valerie, know that your mother loved you.
Do you think that Mama was in a coma before she left? And I was holding her. I picked her up and held her after she took her last breath. But before that, I had talked to her.
Right.
And I told her that it was okay to go.
See, that's awesome.
But I held her for a long time afterwards. But I was by her bedside. You think she knew I was there?
Oh, I definitely think that. A lot of... I just don't buy the science behind it all. When someone is in a coma, you have to understand that their brain, as they put it, is dead. And they don't register. They don't register brainwaves. They don't register hearing. They don't register sight. The body doesn't register anything. But the spirit picks up all those emotions, all those words, all those feelings, all those strains, strengths, all those weaknesses, every tear you cry, every laugh you have. The Spirit knows whether you're awake or asleep. It knows.
Well, yeah, I have to believe that people that's comatose can know, because my grandfather was comatose. They said that he was totally comatose, but when I went to see him the last time, and he didn't respond to anybody else but to me, and he whispered that he loved me. He says, I love you.
See?
And I was the only one there.
That's awesome.
So, I just wanted to know.
But yeah, I totally believe that, you know. Those of us that are in that state, you know, there's some kind of connection there. There truly is, spiritually. You know, it's the only way they bring them back. You know, if they even come out of those comas, which some do, you know, sometimes years later, but it's usually, you know, a touch or, you know, some kind of a emotional response. It's not like, you know, they wake up around a bunch of doctors. It's usually around their loved ones, you know. And there's no question they're hearing something, you know, maybe not with their ears, but with their spirit. I truly believe that. So, yeah, I definitely think it was possible that she heard you and she felt, you know, what you were feeling, you know, including the understanding and the strength to let her go. And hurt you, for that matter. Yeah. Well,
I just know that I wanted her out of the pain, but, you know, I wanted to keep her.
Of course.
But I didn't want her to go either.
Of course. You know, but you, my dear, are still here. So it's time for you to live. Not survive. Live. Live! It's time for you.
Yeah, well, that's kind of hard to do when you lose your best friend.
Well, again, that's true, but it happens every day. It happens to all of us eventually. It's something you must accept and move forward with, my dear. You have to.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know.
You know, I hate to bring her into this, but I'm sure that's what she would want.
Oh, yeah.
So it's time to do that, Val.
She would. She says, I don't want people, you know, carrying on over me. She says, I want people to you know, party down.
Right. Right.
But, you know.
You have to realize, you know, this is your time now. Her time is done. You have to accept that, dear. She's gone. So, it's time for you to continue. Her road is over. It's ended. Yours is, you know, right here. Still going. Still kicking.
Yeah.
It's time for you to accept that and enjoy it. That's what it's for. Because I got news for you. Call me psychic, but one day, your time will come. And it'll be time for yours to continue. You understand?
Yeah.
So until that time, we're supposed to relish every day. Learn from each moment. Love as often as we can. Be happy, always.
I used to be. Until
so why'd you change?
Huh?
Why did you change?
Well, I had a bunch of catastrophes. And it did change me.
Well, you know what? I got a friend of mine who actually laughed at one of my jokes today. I hadn't seen him in a couple weeks. But he laughed at one of my jokes. He's actually an Iraqi in Baghdad. And I don't mean a soldier. He's a civilian huddling around his computer with his family. Laughed at my jokes today.
Okay.
Because they were funny. Because even though he's got bombs going off all around him and seeing catastrophe every single day, I mean, his wife is afraid to go to the market. She might get blown up.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Okay? Their life is much worse. I can guarantee you that. And they manage. They manage to smile. They manage to go to school. They manage to sing songs. They manage to, practice religion. They manage to do all that. It's a little tougher. It's a little scarier for them. I mean, imagine being afraid to go to ShopRite.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine afraid to go to the pharmacy because you might get blown up.
That's true, and I feel for them.
And they do that every day. It's not our fault, it's theirs, but they do it every day.
Right.
They have to. They have no choice. They have to go on, regardless.
Well,
and
yeah.
I will tell you, this guy, he is very optimistic, very big pro-democracy, the whole thing, thinks this is a great idea, the whole deal, still. But, it's amazing that this guy still manages to keep a smile on his face every day. But it's only because he chooses to. He's like, what choice do I have? All I can do is laugh and say, Allah, wow, you're really laying it out there, and laugh. Because whether you call him God, Jehovah, Allah, whatever, God does have a sense of humor. That's a big one with him.
Well, I always
Have you ever seen the platypus, Valerie?
Yeah.
He's obviously got a sense of humor then, right?
I always say he created me. That proves right there he's got a sense of humor.
Okay. And, we obviously can't be, God, but we can sure try and strive to be as close as we can. And I think humor's a big one with him.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to start laughing a little more, dear.
Okay, I got one more question, and I'll let you go.
Got to choose to. Got to choose to laugh a little more.
I try at every opportunity.
Don't try anymore. This trying stuff doesn't work for you. Just do it. Okay?
Okay.
You're awesome. Val, I want to thank you so much for calling me all the way from Illinois. I know we spent a lot of time together, but you are just an awesome lady, and I truly felt that, it was necessary. I needed you to understand where you were at. So I got to ask you, are you as skeptical as you were when you started this call?
Well, I got to tell you something. Well, this sounds stupid, I know.
Go ahead.
But I have abilities myself, and so does my daughter.
Okay.
But ours comes in not like in the conventional way, but ours comes like in dreams.
Okay.
And,
so is that a yes or a no?
what was the question? I'm not.
Are you as skeptical as you were when you started this call?
No.
Fantastic. That's what I wanted to hear.
But I have this thing where I start having dreams, and I dream of tornadoes.
Oh, yes.
And now I've started dreaming of train wrecks.
Well, you got to stick around. At the end of the year, I'll be giving my review of 2007, the very first show of each January, and this goes for all of you out there listening. The very first show of January of each year, I reveal several prophecies that I believe are going to come true before December 31st. And this last Tuesday of the year, I believe that's actually like Christmas Day or something like that. So maybe not. But, once the holidays are over with, the very first show, we'll go ahead and review 2007. And who knows, maybe we'll do it next week. You guys just stick around. We'll figure it out. Check my website for updates on that. We may do that next week. But anyway, we've got a few prophecies that I had revealed the first of the year. And the end of the year, we're going to review them. And, of course, the very first show of next year, I'll be doing it again. We'll be nailing 2008. See what happens next. So, God bless us all.
Excuse me, but what I was going to say is that I know that when I have the tornado dreams,
yes,
and when my daughter has tornado dreams,
it's
always like a warning,
right,
that something terrible is going to happen.
Right, understood. Yeah, not all my prophecies are bad, though, thank goodness. Actually predicted the Red Sox winning the World Series the first time in 100 years. That was a pretty cool one. And a couple others out there that was really, really neat. But again, Valerie, we're going to have to let you go. But again, I want to thank you so much for calling all the way from Illinois. It's always great to hear from my Illinois peeps. And, of course, God bless you. Oh, and April as well. April, thank you so much for having your mom call. It's awesome, great hearing from both of you. So God bless you and your entire family, and happy holidays.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, folks, gosh, we have been just babbling, haven't we? We're going to go ahead and go to commercial, knock out some of these sponsors, and when we come back, we will have more free psychic readings with me, so stick around.
We last left our hero high in the Himalayas, seeking truth from the wise wizard who lives there.
God, I hope this guy's home. Hello, anyone there?
I am the wizard who holds the answer to which you seek. Behold, I give you the Sword of Destiny.
Yes, it's very nice, but that's not why I'm here.
Ah, you seek the Holy Grail, of course. Now, where did I put that Holy Grail?
No, that's not why I'm here either. I'm just looking to find a deal on computers.
Well, that's easy. Quartz Computers at 856-656-0443 are here for all your PC needs. Upgrades, repairs, all done on site. Even most warranties are honored. Check out their website at www.quartzcomputers.com or call them at 856-656-0443.
Quartz Computers, thanks a lot. Now, how do I get out of here?
I wish I knew.
That's quartzcomputers.com at 856-656-0443. Just look for the wizard in the ad.
Hannah boy! Hi, Grandpa. What's the matter? My girl's such a pain. She's got all this stuff to do before the wedding, and she's put me in charge of getting the wedding invitations printed. I don't know about any of this stuff. You need copies and more. Tell me about it. I also have to get all the flyers for the softball game this Saturday done. Yep, you need copies and more. Yes, I heard you. And what's more, I have to get print-ups of this year's quarterly at my firm. There's no way I'm going to have it all ready. What am I going to do? You need copies and more. I know I need copies and more. I'm not an idiot. Sure you are. Copies and More is the one-stop shop for all your printing needs. Flyers, invitations, presentations, even posters and magnets. Everything can be done at Copies and More. Good prices, too. Give them a call at 856-845-6770. They'll take good care of you over there. Thanks, I will. Now don't forget that's Copies and More at 240 South Broadway in Woodbury, New Jersey at 856-845-6770. Thanks, Copies and More. And here I thought you were repeating yourself because you were losing it. No, I ain't the one who got stuck doing wedding invitations. Grandpa. That's Copies and More at 856-845-6770. Greetings to you. I am the Mystic. Thanks for tuning into my show each week, but it's only an hour show, and I know many of you miss out on the chance for your reading with me. So, I am available for private sessions, as well as parties, seminars, and benefits, of course. Give me a call at 856-803-4463, and I will assist you in all matters of love, life, health, success, and destiny. As an ordained minister of 9 years, I can also perform blessings and house clearings or the most memorable custom wedding created especially for you. Call 856-803-4463, and you can also reach me through my website at www.themysticsrealm.com. Feel the awesome power of a true psychic reading. To be knowledgeable about what is to come in your life is to be better prepared for it, and I will show you how to achieve better living through the Spirit. That number again is 856-803-4463, and I look forward to reading you.
The Sketch Club. Affordable ticket prices, intimate seating in a historical building, and plenty of free parking. Conveniently located in downtown Woodbury, a few blocks from Route 45 on the corner of Glover and Logan Streets. We're celebrating the 73rd consecutive season, bringing you the best in theater and live entertainment. For performance dates and times, call our 24-hour hotline at 856-848-8089. Performances run from Thursday to Saturday evening and the Sunday matinee at 2 p.m. Sketch Club is a non-profit community theater, the oldest running in South Jersey, and we're always looking for volunteers, actors, set builders, writers, and more. All creative minds are welcomed at the Sketch Club. Call us at 856-848-8089 or check us out on the web at www.sketchclub.net. Come and experience live theater with us, Sketch Club players. That number again is 856-848-8089.
Greetings, Philadelphia. As my good friend Mr. Mystic would say, are you a believer? Do you believe in love? Do you believe in music? Well, believe me, I do. This is the doctor, Dr. Lou. If you believe in love, music, and a heck of a good time, check out www.drloumusic on the net right flipping now. Yes, that's where you can find all the information about Dr. Lou Music and Film Productions, Philadelphia's only host for independent films and the House of Blues radio hour with none other than Elwood Blues, a.k.a. Dan Aykroyd. If you are a believer and believe in yourself, believe me, this is one prescription you're going to want to take. Seriously. That's www.drloumusic.com. On your host, WNJC1360.com, your blues and independent music source.
And we are back here on the Mystic Hour, Tri-State Area, and the world's free call-in live psychic talk show. I am your host, the Mystic. You know this. Folks, you guys can give me a call. We got a little bit of time left. We've got, we got plenty of time. You guys give us a call. 856-227-1360 and 856-232-7077. Give us a call and get an absolutely free psychic reading with me, folks. It's a pretty cool deal. Okay, so, my brothers and sisters, you may or may not be aware, but I have to tell you a little secret. I did have a question for the CNN YouTube debate. It was not chosen, apparently. They didn't even keep it on their website very long. But I asked them, the presidential candidates, if any of them had any insight on, psychic abilities or perhaps using seers as advisors on their staff. And, of course, they omitted the question before anybody asked. But whether you may or may not know, there has been a few presidents that have been rumored to have used psychics. Ronald Reagan actually being one of them. It's not actually rumor. That is a fact. Ronald Reagan and Nancy Reagan both went to psychics, and I got to say, did some pretty incredible things. I mean, tearing down communism, that was a pretty big one. Tearing down the wall there, that was a pretty big deal. I thought that was pretty amazing. But God bless him, Roosevelt, I believe, also was known to have some type of seer available. And I believe it was Lyndon Johnson who was said to have his own premonitions. So, there you have it, folks. It's not all as hokey as all that. Yeah, I didn't expect them to have it on the air, but it would have been cool, But, I have absolutely no doubt that you guys will pick the right candidate for the job. I sense it, folks. I think you guys are going to do a good job this year. I have no doubt you guys are going to do the right thing. Yes. I don't want to talk about, who I think it's going to be, only because I don't want to. So, I want you guys to, just go out there.
Hello?
Focus, do the right thing, all right? Now,
Hello?
you have a caller on the line, so let's go ahead and take that next caller now. Caller, you are live. Good evening.
Hi, my name's... Oh, should I tell you my name?
Yes, please.
My name's Trish. I'm a friend of your wife's from, a long time ago.
Oh, okay. Hi. And how can I help you this fine evening, Trish?
Pretty good. My boyfriend's going through a hard time, so I kind of wanted to find out some information about him.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay, well, I will be more than happy to assist you, darling. First off, your boyfriend's name?
Mike.
Mike.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on Mike for a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And we shall...
Mike, can you hear this?
I'm sorry?
No, I'm telling him to turn it up a little bit. That way he can hear it.
Well, is he there?
Yeah, he's here. Do you want to talk to him?
Put him on the phone. What you
Okay, hold on.
Hello.
Oh, cut me a little slack. Hey, Mike, how are you?
I've been better.
Yeah, so I heard. So, Mike, how can I help you this evening, brother?
I'm not sure. She said to give you a call.
Okay. Well, then say no more. Just sit there, relax, kick back, and we'll go from there, okay?
Okay, cool.
Right on. Mike, one of the first things that I'm seeing with you, this is dealing with your present position, some of the things going on in your life right now, brother. And, you know, you got a big heart, my brother.
Okay.
And, you know, you're stepping on it here.
Yeah.
Okay, you're aware. It's good. You know, honestly, a lot of your surrounding issues are pushing you to success. But you have to jump on that boat with them.
Okay.
And I don't sense that you're doing that at all, brother.
I'm trying.
I understand you're trying, but, you know, like I was telling my caller just moments ago, trying never works.
Yeah.
You got to do.
You
got to just do it, man. You got to make this happen for yourself. Because, you know, this whole thing, it actually could have been avoided.
That's true.
But the only way it could have been avoided was for you to really, really step backwards. And that's not something you're used to at all. Stepping down is not your forte.
Yeah.
It never has been. And, you know, that's cool, man. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no reason why you can't stick your own ground, you know. And I think that's what you did, but it just didn't work out. Straight up. Right?
Well, I'm just having problems, kind of like health issues.
Right.
And the heart kind of got me because I thought I was having heart problems and stuff with I have Lyme disease.
Right.
And I was just wondering different things about that, but I'm not even sure. I'm just nervous about finding out what the outcome is or anything like that. So.
Well, a lot of it, I'll tell you, a lot of it could be a lot better. Okay? And the only way to do that, brother, is, you know, number one, you got to stop letting your emotions kick your butt.
Yeah.
This is big for you, man.
Yeah, it is.
It causes more problems for you financially and health-wise than any other thing you've got going on.
Yeah, I realize that.
You know, so you need to, you know, address it.
I had a question for you.
Okay.
It's been bothering me for a while. When I used to have bad dreams for like a week.
Okay.
And I was in my backyard, and a plane flew over. It was kind of low, and then it crashed into the building down the street from the house.
Oh, God, what?
And then we all went and looked, and we all came back to the house, and then another plane flew over and crashed into the building down the street. And I remember it was the same building, but it wasn't. I couldn't figure it out, and it baffled me. And then, like 4 or 5 years later, the Twin Towers happened, and I was like, wow, I wonder if that dream had anything to do with that. Now, I had a dream about a month ago, and it was pretty vivid, just like that, and I was standing near a water fountain. Somebody was on the phone, they were talking about something, and there was like something flying over top, and it hit, and I seen this big mushroom cloud, this big wave of water. Was so high, and it was coming towards all of us. There was nothing you could do. You couldn't run anywhere. I just remembered that it was time and just wait for it to come, and then I woke up.
Right.
But it looked like an asteroid or something hit. It's pretty crazy.
I'll tell you,
they say the world's going to end, 2012, and that's about what time what the other dream had about. It was like 4 or 5 years later.
Well, I'll tell you, the world is going to change over the next several years, it's not going to end.
Well, that's the thing, too, because...
Very, very, very long time.
Well, I know there's a shift coming in everybody's consciousness as far as what I've been reading and reconnective healing and all that.
Consciousness, my brother. It's the entire planet itself.
Yeah.
You know, all of our continents, you know, were one at one point, and through various, you know, shifts in polarity and axis changes and the whole bit, you know, it was even said that our planet was actually rotating a different way at one point.
That's possible.
You know, there's a lot of really crazy changes that go on, you know, planetary that's, you know, related to the galaxies and the universe and the whole bit. The one thing that is very interesting, though, is on the date of that Mayan calendar.
Yeah.
That says, you know, December 21st, 2012,
2012.
I believe.
Yeah.
Is when their calendar ends. It doesn't say the world's going to end. It just says when their calendar ends.
That's when they said the wobble at the end, like the Earth completes a wobble or something like that.
Yeah, well, what it actually does is it actually reaches the exact vertical line with the center of this galaxy, and we're actually going to be from the top of that galaxy. We're going to be actually like you got a picture holding out your hand in front of you horizontally. Instead of going to the top of the galaxy, we're actually going to be like towards the bottom of it.
Okay.
And we're going to start a whole new cycle, and this happens every 25,000 years.
Yeah, that's what I was reading.
They say the shift happens every 12,000. So, you know, it could be just an entire revolution is what causes the actual shift that, you know, so many people talk about. Now, this is something we've mentioned before on my show.
Why?
But, you know, the thing that we all have to remember is in the Bible itself.
That's what I was just going to say. I've been reading a lot of the Bible, and it says the end times are near.
Some events
exactly
occur after the fact. After Armageddon, where they're saying that there's a heaven on earth as well as in heaven.
Well, I read the Celestine.
Eternity on earth as well as in heaven.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a reason for this. Now, one of the main theories on this spiritually, and this is my own personal theory. I've never read this in any book. I've never heard anybody else describe this. But I believe what happens at this point is perhaps due to, boy, this is getting really complex really quickly, due to Einstein's theory of relativity that discusses time and space. He believed that if we were to travel the speed of light around the Earth, we'd actually be able to go forward or backward in time depending on which way we rotated.
Yeah.
Now, keeping that in mind, spiritually we can do the same thing. The speed of thought is actually much greater than the speed of light.
Yes.
So, you know, you could actually go a lot faster. But what's happening here is it's almost the same thing, but it's earthbound. The planet itself is going to slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the time itself on Earth is going to slow down a little bit. And I don't think it's going to be noticeable to us per se until way later. And I think that during those times is when, like, Noah and Moses and all those other people were living 600, 700, 800, 900 years.
Yeah.
Because they kind of slowed down a little bit. You know, after the shift, after the Great Floods and the whole bit, they went back to 120 years.
Well, I've been reading a lot of different books, and one of them was The Reconnection and Celestine Prophecy.
Right.
And
be careful with spiritual books like that, though. I'm telling you, the best one you should read to find 90% of your answers, believe it or not, is the Bible.
Yeah, I've been reading.
All in there.
I've been reading a lot of it and about the end times and stuff.
It's in there, folks. You know, the whole question of not just intelligent design, but evolution too, and a bunch of other stuff. It's all in there. It's all in there. So, you know, go to the local bookstores, check out your nearest Bible.
Well, I have one. I've been
get one, folks. You need one. Everyone needs one of those. It's great stuff, and you learn a lot, and it's all in there. So, you know, do that. But yeah, coming back to you, Mike.
something you've got to realize, is we have a lot of time here.
Yeah.
4 years. I will say that we are going to go through some very drastic changes over the next several years. And they've already begun.
Yeah, they have.
Spiritually, politically. Everybody, what I had actually predicted in 2000 was that everybody was going to start choosing sides. And then in January of 2001, I predicted a holy war would start somewhere towards the end of the year. And then 9/11 happened. But, it was just a nutty series of events spiritually for all of us. Not just 9/11, but this whole time for all of us. I mean, literally, people are choosing sides left and right, folks. And you better choose the right one. Because if you don't choose the right one, guess what? You won't be on my team, and that would suck.
Yeah. Well, that was in the Bible, too, with all the marks and all that, the mark of the beast and all that.
Yep.
Which is pretty much what they're trying to do with them microchips for, they're going to call it the national ID card.
Yeah, I know. They've been talking about that for 30 years, though.
And they're trying to push, they're trying to push for it.
I think the closest thing we've got to that right now is our Social Security cards.
Yeah, which you don't really need. You don't have to have them.
Well, it's a number. It's
Social Society, yeah.
You're a number for life. But that's the real deal of it all right there. Is it's your number.
Well, I think what they're trying to do, they're trying to keep away from martial law, and that national card will keep us in check or something. I don't know. I've just been reading all kinds of things.
Well, there's actually a lot of people out there that believe that martial law might actually be a good thing.
Well, I don't know about
that. The only
that.
reason why they think that is because, let's face it, there are a lot of hoodlums out there, and it's getting worse and worse and worse.
Well, that's the big deception, though.
Yeah, but see, that's the gig. They don't want to do it everywhere. They just want to do it in certain cities or certain places.
That's how it starts out. Next thing is how everybody's going to have.
There's a city right here in New Jersey called Camden, and it's not a very big place, but it's the most dangerous city in the nation, and it's right down the road. And it's pretty scary out there.
Trish said it's number 5.
It's number 5.
No, that's in the major cities. These are the small cities. If you look the list of small cities, Camden is number 1. Yes, again.
She said it was Detroit.
Thing, but yeah, it's a scary place, and I would completely understand if the National Guard or the Army or whatever just went in there and cleared it out. I completely understand.
I guess.
It's bad. So, they're not talking nationwide here. They're just talking about places that need a lot more than just a couple cops with a couple vests. Just to keep everyone safer.
That's all how you look at it, too. I mean, they're trying to...
But that's the deal. That's what they want to do. If they did that, if they truly felt that martial law was, great for everyone and everything, they would absolutely have no problems building, that wall between us and Mexico, because they know we'd be trying to get out.
I don't know. I believe there's a lot of stuff going on with the government and all that, and all the deception and people watching TV and listening to the radio and being spoon-fed all this information, and they don't think for themselves or have their own brain.
Well, see, that's
just
what my
ridiculous.
show's all about, is all the promotion of doing just that, thinking for yourself. It's very important to do so.
Doesn't seem like a lot of people...
Look out for yourself.
Yeah, it's a lot of people look to the doctors.
So, my brother, your heart will be at much better ease.
Yeah.
This I can promise you. But see, you're getting, already just talking, to me about these topics, because you actually get to get some off your chest, you're already getting a little excited.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? And that's a cool thing, but you got to be careful, brother.
Yeah.
If you get this excited over, just a couple topics like this, imagine how crazy you'd get, Oh my gosh, my time is so up. My brother, I have